Learning that you have infertility or that you might need to use IVF to build your family can be completely life-altering. At least it was for me. But I'd like to share with you 5 things that you need to navigate the journey of infertility and IVF. If we haven't met yet, my name's Lea of Lea Nicole Coaching, and I am a therapist turned fertility emotional wellness coach after my own 7-year journey to conceive. These 5 things are things that I wish I knew at the start of my journey. Number 1, the emotional support system. Infertility brings a unique kind of grief, unlike any other that you've probably experienced. Because when you face a loss or maybe a failed IVF attempt, which I hope you don't have to encounter, the pain is profound. And unlike other things in our society, there aren't any rituals to help you process it. There's no funeral. Most people don't take time off of work. And essentially, there's no closure. Additionally, that grief that you experience with trying to conceive, it's cyclical, not linear. Meaning, like in traditional grief, there's an event, a specific loss, there's a death. And over time, you can move forward from that event. But with infertility, you face repeated losses. Each failed attempt feels like another blow, and the process just continues without a clear end in sight. So likely instead of getting easier, it just intensifies with each passing month. Now, when you try to lean on your usual support system, aka friends, family, sometimes they don't really know how to comfort you because they haven't experienced infertility themselves. So they're well-intentioned but misguided comments like, well, you can just have my kids, or oh, why don't you just adopt? They often feel dismissive or hurtful to you. That is why building a strong support network is essential. Surrounding yourself with people who truly understand what you're going through, whether that's a partner, a close friend, family, therapist, coach, or infertility support group, is critical. You really need to have somebody to lean on during these ups and downs and somebody who you can feel safe with. I personally ended up joining a infertility support group. I sought out some counseling and even opened up on a different level to my husband than before I had went through this process. Number 2, self-care practices. So before infertility, I believed I was practicing good self-care because I did things like exercise regularly. I made some time to relax. I thought that I was eating relatively healthy, right? But infertility changed everything for me. The constant doctor appointments, the new medications, and the overwhelming stress can take a serious toll on your mind and body. So true self-care becomes essential. I'm talking above and beyond just getting a massage here and there or a pedicure, right? I'm talking about deep restorative care that you can practice. So what this means is really listening into your body, maybe taking that time to slow down and really truly giving yourself what you need. This can include things like mind-body practices like breath work, good sleep hygiene, meditation, mindfulness, journaling, all of these things that can really help reduce your stress levels and reset your mind and body balance. So learning to incorporate these tools may be new to you, right? And it may take some initial investment and practice, but it is so worth it. These practices can really re-energize you, again, create a healthier balance, and even improve fertility outcomes. So you definitely want to pick up some good self-care there. Number 3, healthy boundaries. So for me, infertility brought a wave of emotions and triggers that I honestly wasn't prepared for. Seeing friends announce their pregnancies made me feel new things like jealousy, sadness, and also guilt for not wanting to attend kids' birthday parties or baby showers. And I guess, thought that I just had to push through that and just be there for others despite kind of what this was bringing up for me. But what I've learned is that you can't just bury these emotions. Infertility is deeply painful. And the experience comes with a lot of grief. I want to remind you and let you know that it is okay to step back from situations that are too much for you right now. Setting those boundaries that you need to protect your well being is essential. What this could look like could be things like limiting your time on social media for any accounts that tend to be triggering for you, avoiding maybe social events that are really hyper focused on children, or cutting back on conversations with people who aren't supportive or understanding of your fertility journey. Number 4, knowledge. When I was first diagnosed with infertility, I rushed straight to the reproductive endocrinologist. I felt like I had absolutely no time to waste. I ended up spending an hour in his office with all of this information about the body and hormones and all of this stuff just flying over my head. And I ended up agreeing to a treatment plan without fully understanding my options. So, if I had taken that time to learn more about my condition, my treatment options, and holistic approaches to improve my chances, I could have saved myself a lot of money, time, and heartache. This experience taught me the crucial importance of knowledge and education. Understanding that science, knowing the potential outcomes, and being aware of all available options empower you to make informed decisions, improve your chances of success, and better manage your expectations. There are so many valuable resources, books, and people who have been through this journey, and they're so willing to share their insights. Last but not least, number 5, clear communication with your medical team. I'm going to be brutally honest here. Fertility clinics are often notorious for poor communication with patients. I've experienced this firsthand, as have many of my clients. It's frustrating enough when your calls go unanswered or your emails, but when that miscommunication leads to maybe taking the wrong medication at the wrong time or negatively impacts your IVF cycle, it's not just annoying, it's devastating. With so many moving parts in an IVF cycle, clear communication is essential for a successful outcome. So here's the take on this. You need to speak up. You need to ask questions, and you need to share any concerns that you have. If any time in your life, this is the time to be that squeaky wheel, and there's no shame in it. You have invested so much in this process, and it is crucial to ask what you need from your medical team. It might be scary to advocate for yourself. Maybe you haven't done that before in this type of situation, but doing so will bring you that peace of mind that you need and ensure your concerns are addressed. And if for some reason your needs still aren't being met, just remember there's other clinics out there for you too. That wraps up all of my tips. Number 1, find an emotional support system. Number 2, engage in self-care practices. Number 3, set healthy boundaries. 4, have that knowledge and education. And 5 is clear communication with your medical team. Wishing all you guys the best on your fertility journey. And I'd love for you to follow me on Instagram at True Fertility for more.